Hey everybody, Dave here with Wags Automotive again. And we got a delivery today that I'm excited to tell you guys about. So let me show you what we got. We got something delivered for the truck today. Let me show you. All right, here we go. So we got a brand new 700 R4 transmission. And this transmission has been built to withstand a lot of abuse. It's really strong, and I'll tell you a little bit about it here. So we got a 700 R4. It's got a stall converter in it, 2800 stall converter in it. It's got, I got a bracket for the cable, the throttle cable, and the other cable to bolt onto a Holley carburetor. And of course, I got the cable for it. And we got a dipstick and tube there. And somewhere in here, I got some torque converter bolts supposed to be in there too. So let's look at this. I'll show you where I got it from. And I did a little research before I bought this thing. I bought this from Mad Dog Transmissions in Alpharetta, Georgia. They're right outside of Atlanta, and they delivered it here, and the price I paid was included shipping and everything, and they also gave me a 2-year warranty on the thing. So let me show you. So I got this book on it that tells you about, installing it. I'm not going to go through all that, but obviously there's a lot of things you want to do to install it. So let's look at the invoice. I can get it unfolded here. Come on. Come on, Dave, you can do it. Dang it. Stuck together. Jeez, Joe's. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is it's a level 4, which is one of the higher levels. You can get anywhere from level 1 all the way up to, I think, level 5. And so this is level 4. It's a heavy-duty street transmission. Stage 2.5 shift. When I talked to Lou, he explained to me that a stage 3 shift was a neck breaker, and a stage 2 shift was somewhat mild, but he said, hey, I'll do a 2.5 shift for you. That'll give it a little bit of tire chirp, but it won't be as hard as a level 3 shift. So we got that, 2800 stall, and 5-pinion planetaries. I'll show you a little bit in a minute here what all I ask about. Valve body, TV cable, and the bracket, the lockup kit. It also has, and there's a warranty on it, 2 years, unlimited miles. So we got the lockup kit. Right here we've got a device bolted to the side of the transmission, and you hook the wire to your positive, hook that to ground, and you run a vacuum line right there, and it reads vacuum, and according to the vacuum, it'll automatically shift the torque converter. Lock the torque converter up for you, so you don't have to worry about doing it on your own. You can get it without lockup at all if you want, or you can get it where you can put a switch on the dash and lock it up yourself. But then if you forget to unlock it, it'll stall when you stop at a stoplight. That's what he told me. And I didn't want to do all that. I didn't want Bo to have to deal with all that. But I wanted Bo to have a good transmission that's going to last him a long time. And this is going to be a good, sturdy transmission. So here's what I talked about with him when I first talked to him about this transmission. Because I talked to some other people that I knew about transmissions. So I wanted a 13 vane pump, oversized boost valve, shift kit, wide band, shift band, and 5-pinion planetaries, Beast Sun Shell, Corvette servo, Sonax pinless accumulators, and upgraded clutches, of course, and the automatic lockup, which is vacuum actuated, just like that one is. And I wanted a flexible dipstick, but he didn't have that, so he gave me the rigid one, which is fine. And so all this stuff is in that transmission, and let's see, except I think if I remember right, the servo, it looks to me like, I can't remember, so I've talked to him a few times, but it looks like we went with the billet servo, because that's definitely not a Corvette servo. That looks like a billet servo to me. So, and we got a nice billet cover over here too for the governor, so that's cool. I think that's billet, I don't know, maybe it's stainless steel, but it looks nice. And then we got we're going to use a standard set of gauges in this truck with a speedometer cable. So we got the standard gear set there. Hopefully it's the right ratio. I never thought about that, but I'll have to talk to him about that. Anyhow, so we got that. Bo was going to try to put a set of Dakota digital gauges in that thing, but they're really expensive. And so he changed his mind, decided he wanted to go with like an upgraded version of the original gauges. So we're going to do that. And let me show you real quick about Mad Dog. So he's there in, like I said, outside of Atlanta, but I found him here on eBay, So this is his transmissions, and this is the Dominator. Again, mine was a stage 4, up to 750 horsepower, which I don't know if the stage 4 is 750 horsepower. You'd have to ask him, but maybe the stage 5 is. But I know this one here, if I remember right, he told me will handle, I think, around 500 horsepower. So, but there's his eBay username if you guys are interested in talking to him. And like I said, I talked to quite a few people about these transmissions, and when I talked to him, his price was over $1,000 less than everybody else I talked to, and he gives a really good warranty, 2 years, unlimited miles. And another good thing about these transmissions is he actually, when they're done building them, they put them in a vehicle. They got a Chevrolet van that they put these in. So they put them in the vehicle, they fill it up with fluid, they take it out and drive it, make sure it shifts okay, make sure everything works the way it's supposed to, and then they bring it back, they drain the fluid out of it, and clean it up and palletize it and send it to you. So I know this transmission's been driven, it's been tested, I know it works. I don't have to worry about putting it in and something's wrong with it because it's already been actually road tested in a vehicle. So I know that's good to go. And he did recommend that I get, Dextron 6 fluid, and I got that off of eBay as well. It's a company called Ultra Plus. They sell 5-gallon buckets of it. I don't need 5 gallons, but it was the same price for this as it was for enough to fill that transmission up in small bottles. So I just bought the 5 gallons because I can use it in other vehicles if I need to. But, you know, we got plenty to put in this transmission, so we don't have to worry about that. From what I understand, they take about 11 quarts of fluid. This one here is probably going to take a little less because they did drive it. It's probably going to have some fluid in the torque converter still. It's probably going to have a little bit of fluid in the pan still. So it should be good to go. I'll have to just check it when I fill it up. But anyhow, I just want to tell you guys about Lou and what he does. And he made me a really good deal, like I said. So, you know, I know they do the 700 R4 transmissions. They do Turbo 400 Chevrolet transmissions. They do a lot of drag racing stuff. Like I said, Lou's an ex-drag racer. He's done this for, I think, 26 years, if I remember right, he told me. So he really knows these transmissions really well, and he does a good job. I believe he probably also does Mopar transmissions and Ford transmissions as well. But you saw his address and phone number there, or on eBay, you can contact him that way. But hey, if you're in the market for a good, solid transmission and a fair price and a really good warranty, I would contact Lou. I'm giving him a heads up here, or a thumbs up. He's a good guy. He knows what he's talking about. I've talked to him several times, and him and the staff, you know, they really know what they're doing. So anyhow, I'm excited about this. I can't wait to put it in. We'll see how it goes. And we're going to put it behind that 350 engine that I got out of my Malibu. And we're going to put this behind that. And the rear end that's in that S10 is a 373 gear. And that's why I wanted to get a 4-speed transmission, because Bo's going to be driving this thing, you know, on the highway, and I wanted to be able to drive it and not have to worry about, you know, high RPMs when he's going down the highway at 70 miles an hour. So this 4-speed transmission will allow him to do that. And since it's got a little bit of a stall, you know, if he gets on a little bit, it's gonna give him some tire chirp when it hits second gear. So, and of course he can shift it manually too and get some tire chirp out of it that way. But I think this is going to be a good transmission for him. I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to putting it in and test driving it and letting you guys see how it runs when I'm done test driving it. So, but there it is, 700 R4 transmission. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we're still working on the old 48. We're gonna get ready to pull that S10 in here pretty quick, and we're gonna put that S10 in here and start tearing it apart in the next few days. So you'll see videos on that. This thing here, I've got pretty much done with it until I get ready to media blast it. So I'm probably gonna move it out and put the S10 in here and start working on it. So we're gonna put a pause on this, but I still wanna mess with those cab corners. But you know, we're getting there. Keep watching and stay in touch. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe to my channel for more videos on this 48. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.